Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Dixon, and I'm here with my dear friend, Kathy Price. And we just thought we would put a little video together to talk a little bit about this retreat we've designed called Magic and Meaning in Bali. And I think it's a really interesting story of how it came to be. So Kathy, do you want to maybe talk about how we met?
Yeah. So we were both lucky enough to be on Warwick's Journey on podcast. And I remember listening to Christine and thinking, I want to be her friend because I absolutely loved what you were talking about. And I can't remember whether you sent me a message or I sent you a message, whatever. All I remember is thinking, oh my God, she wants to be my friend. And so
Which
we
was the very same thing I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, Kathy Price wants to talk to me. That's so cool.
Oh, it's so cool, so cool. And so we did. And basically, I think the first time we did a Zoom call, we were there for about 2 hours. And that has not stopped. So we found we had a lot in common. And then we met at the Journey on Podcast Summit in San Antonio last year. And it was like, yeah, I know this person. I've known this person for a very long time. And it just seemed a natural progression that we should sort of maybe get together and do some work. But I will let Christine say how she introduced the idea of the Bali retreat.
Yes. So, by the way, at the podcast summit, I got to really cement my friendship with Kathy through her world-renowned hugs. She is known internationally for these hugs. And believe me, if you get a chance to get a Kathy Price hug, it is worth it. So we kept talking, we kept in touch. And, once a month or once or twice a month, we would have a Zoom chat. And it was January of this year. And I had been dreaming about doing a Bali retreat for years and years. 10 years ago, I went on a solo trip and it was life-changing for me. And I brought it up to Kathy. I said, hey, I'm playing with the idea of putting together a retreat to Bali next year in 2024, which seems so far away. It'll be the 10-year anniversary of my trip. And I told her about all of the adventures and all the things that I experienced when I was there and how I would craft it and what it would look like. And it was really funny to me because I could not read Kathy at all in this. Clearly, like, there was a lot going across her face, and she was pretty quiet and just like, So I thought, oh gosh, she doesn't want to do this with me. She's a little, like, back off, lady. We're just new friends, So I just said to her, think about it. You don't have to do it clearly, obviously, but give it thought and let me know what you think. And then we didn't really talk about it for 6 months or so. And right about the time that I was like, if I'm going to do this thing, I have to start planning it now. I really want to put it together. I want it to be really curated and have all of the things that I saw in my vision. And it just so happened that Kathy and I had another one of our Zoom talks planned. And I thought, I can do this on my own, but let me just ask Kathy, because it'd be so much better if she was there. And what was funny was that she came to that Zoom call ready to ask me about it and let me know she's all in. So we have not, either one of us talked about this for over 6 months, but yet we come back right on time, ready, which, clearly shows that there is a symbiotic nature to this whole thing to begin with.
It was meant to happen. Yeah, because I remember when you first told me about it in January, it was so beyond the realms of my imagination that as you were speaking it, half the words weren't going in because it was Bali, me, Christine, what? Retreat? So every other word was missing almost. And so no wonder there was this vacant expression on my face. It was almost too big for me to imagine. But I think then during those 6 months, and I have got a bit of a mantra is always say yes, always say yes. So when we got to June, it had all filtered through. Every word had filtered through by then. And it was like, oh yeah, thank you very much. Ready and waiting.
You had been doing retreats then, which you hadn't been doing in January.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'd had a bit of experience then, and I really, really enjoy and love being with the people, and there's so much good can come out of them on so many levels. So yeah, doing one in Bali was like, oh yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, let's do this. And the part for me was, I sat on it for half the year, and it brings up all of the imposter syndrome, like, am I enough? Can I really pull this off? All of these things that I already knew the answer, that I could totally do it. It was the feeling like, is it the right timing? Is it this? And then I had a retreat that I had taught, that Warwick asked me if I would do a retreat with him at his new place. Of course, I said yes as fast as possible. And when they announced it, and then Rob and his wife messaged me and said that retreat had sold out in less than 12 hours. That first of all, I was never in a million years expected that. I was like, I hope by like a month before the retreat, it sells out. And the idea that it sold out right away and had a wait list was beyond me. So, but the first thought was, oh my gosh. The second thought was, you need to do your retreat. That's the sign that do it. There's a reason that it's there. And so, yeah, say yes. I just started on it right away. And then clearly Kathy was picking up my frequency I was sending across the pond.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it was so organic, everything. And I mean, I know that you've done so much of the background work from your knowledge of being in Bali, which I have nothing. So I've sort of followed your trail on that one. Thank you very much. But the idea, we're calling it the Magic and Meaning retreat. And for me, that's just so beautiful, because I think we can so easily, in the way that not civilization, but society is at the moment, we can lose the magic, and we find it hard to find the meaning. So, our idea of this retreat is that we're going to do exciting things, different things, step into a place many of us have never been before, and get that stimulation and find out who we are. What's our passion? What's our purpose? So the magic part for me is really important.
Yes, absolutely. And I strongly feel that one of the best ways to really dig deep is to take yourself out of the environment where you play roles in, the role of wife, husband, co-worker, business owner, mom, dad, whatever those roles are, and the familiarity of your environment, and go someplace exotic and different and amazing, and do things that are all based on play. and curiosity and adventure. That connects you to a part of yourself that doesn't always have a voice, doesn't always get heard. And so things can become really clear when you allow this expansion to happen.
Yeah, I think
Better.
that's so perfect. So perfect, because it's almost like you're giving yourself a clean palette. There's no expectation on you to do anything, to be anything. You can really step into being you. And from my experience, and I'm sure you found the same, Christine, of holding retreats now, it's the community that you build as well. That you know, you hold each other together there, hold space for each other during the actual retreat, but that continues afterwards. Really, some lifelong friendships can be formed during the retreat, and that to me is the magical part as well.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I came away from the retreat with Warwick, just being in awe of. I think both of us were blown away by how well it went and how much bigger it was than what we had put on paper, what we had thought we were going to do. And that is really a lot because of the people that showed up. It's very much the people that showed up were the right people. They were the people that were there for that. They helped create the energy, the space where, you know, you feel seen and supported and there's no judgment. And there was just a sharing of love and energy. Okay. Well, and here's the kitty. The kitty went
The kitty's joining in.
way in on the connection piece. But they created such bonds that they're still connected through a group chat. They check in with each other. They share every positive and win that they have and everything that they overcome. And and they're actually planning a trip together now.
Oh, how cool is that? You could work around the cat. Yeah.
So yes. Hello. Come on, kitty.
I love it.
And that's so missing in our lives right now. How do we make friends as adults? How do we expand our circle? How do we have new conversations? And how do we have a sense of community when we're all so spread out and, you know, life pulls us in different directions? It's not, I don't think that it's the same structure that existed, you know, 40, 50 years ago, where people typically grew up and stayed in the same communities that they grew up in.
Community. Yeah, you're right.
They are everywhere. We've lost the connection piece. And there's some good aspects to that too, but then the lost feeling of belonging is there too. But we also have travel and things like this, like video calls and retreats and things to do where maybe it's not unconscious, but we have to consciously be a part of our plan to create our own community.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. And I know that you've gone to great lengths to find a retreat venue that sounds amazing, with separate villas and separate pools at each villa, and it's ideally situated so it's outside of a bud but within walking distance, so that it's the best of both worlds. And then you know, we're going to have all these amazing trips taking us around Bali, so that's going to be the experience and the fun and the joint experience. So I know it's always great to have somebody that you can say, do you remember the time we did that? Do you remember the feeling of when we did that? And that's the community. So I am so excited to be doing this. I have to say, Lou. Your cat is killing it. It's absolutely killing it. I wish I got my dog in now.
Like, go that way. He's like, nope, I'm going
No,
this way.
and I'm going to sit in front of the camera. No, I love it that he's joining in. But yeah, it's our plan and our hope is that it's going to be a place of comfort, a place of ease. And then as we work together every day, it's going to bring the magic and meaning, so that we can delve deep into who we are, what we're looking for, what's our purpose, what's our joy, and really allow ourselves to step into it. Because again, I think in our society we have these barriers about, oh, you can't be too joyful, don't look like you're enjoying yourself too much.
Right.
Whereas this is the place where you're just going to let it all go. Hopefully that's our plan. And Christine and I are definitely going to be letting it all
yeah,
go.
well,
So we'll lead by example. There's no worries there.
well, what's funny is that one of the things that I realized was that the things that I was looking for were also looking for me, in the sense that there were other people that were thinking the same things. You said that too, like the idea of, I want to just create things that I would be like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where this was born out of. I put something on social media a few months ago about I really wish there was an adult sleepaway camp. And so many people, I was blown away. So many people like jumped in and going, oh my gosh, and like, I would love that. Let's do it. Let's start one. I wish I was close, whatever it is. So I was like, oh, I'm not the only one that wishes for that. And this is kind of doing a small piece of that, which is the thing about sleepaway camp was you bonded with the people that you went to camp with, because you were doing the same things together. You were having breakfast together, you were going and canoeing together, or whatever things that you were doing that day. And I think that those things really make lasting relationships. Yeah. And that's one of the parts of this that leads to the magic piece, which is what strings are going to be created that are going to link all of us. Mm-hmm. And how can we be each other's cheerleaders and support going forward?
No, that's been my experience as well from the retreats I've done, is that there's just that common base where people have that connection, and they know they're safe, and they know inverted commas, they know each other, and so they know how to support, and they know how, when to be there and what to do. And it's just wonderful to have that community that you can step into and say, hey guys, I need a bit of help, or hey guys, I just found this, look at this. And you can spread the information, spread the joy in that respect as well. So yeah, I mean, those are our sort of aims and our hopes for it. And we just really hope you'll be joining us.
And we've got it really, really dialed in, because we are going to be we have such magical things planned, amazing things. We're doing a downhill eco bike tour that starts off having breakfast overlooking a volcano. You get your bike, it's just this beautiful downhill ride. We stop at coffee plantations and taste a bento box of different coffees and teas, and they make spices there. And you stop at this beautiful banyan tree that you can walk through. And when I was there was all these little Balinese children playing soccer with this like ripped, deflated ball, having the best time. We went to this rice paddy that had the lunch that they provided, which was one of the best meals I've ever had in Bali. And it was all part of this downhill eco bike adventure that we did. I met these amazing people. We're going to go to the monkey forest, to the temples, to the Balinese fire dances at night,
Mm.
the beach that we're going to go to, and you can snorkel, you can lay on the beach. And like you said, every villa has its own pool. There's going to be downtime where you can just hang, and there's going to be time to explore Ubud and the surrounding areas. Ubud is the art and spiritual capital of Bali. Bali being the island of the gods, and
Yeah.
it is a beautiful spiritual place. In fact, it's where Elizabeth Gilbert stayed when she was doing Eat, Pray, Love, was in Ubud. So in Ubud, Bali.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've just done it to me, that you've just described what we're going to do, and I want to be there because I've just heard the description. So yeah, I'm very, very grateful you asked me. Yeah. So folks, we would love to see you. If you'd like to get in contact with us, all the information will be at the end of this video. We just putting it out there and hope that it tickles your fancy, and that you'd love to come and join us on a magic and meaning retreat in Bali.
Yes. I really, really am looking forward to this. And it's going to be really special to see who comes together for this, because I think that the people who are supposed to be there are going to be the people who are there.
Absolutely. So my lovelies, we'll leave it like that. As I said, any questions, anything you'd like to find out, just get in touch with either of us, and all the information will be coming up on your screen now. Thanks ever so much for watching, and sending you lots of love and hugs.
Bye.